the millions who support Manchester United see their team for just 90 minutes in a game which starts with the referee's whistle and ends as their heroes leave the field. But that's where our story starts. We go behind the scenes for the first time to follow the life of the club and discover a Manchester United you may never have seen before, the Manchester United of today. Behind the dressing room door, it's a time to get rid of the afternoon's mud, and in a tradition which stretches back to the early days of the game, the plunge bath provides a warm ending to a cold afternoon. Before they finish off with a shower, the players share a laugh, as well as a bar of soap. The game may be over, but for manager Alex Ferguson, the work goes on. Within minutes of the final whistle, he becomes the voice of his club and must face the media to answer their questions. They want his version of the game that they've just witnessed. Today's games are covered not only by the newspapers, but by British and continental television. And the club even has its own video system, which records every match. Closed-circuit television beams the game into each of the private boxes and throughout the lounge areas at Old Trafford. In all, 150 sets show the game while it's going on. During the game, supporters at home can follow the action on local radio, and those further afield through United's phone-in service. Star treatment for the Reds. As soon as the game ends, it's treatment of another kind in the medical room, with the physio staff keeping injury problems down to a minimum. Then it's off down the corridor. With old scores settled, and as supporters drift away from the stadium, players from both sides socialise, sharing a drink with their friends and families in the Players' Lounge, below Old Trafford's main grandstand. While out on the pitch, another of United's teams has already stepped into action. The playing surface needs constant attention, and even as the echo of the last cheer dies away, the ground staff repair its wounds. For the opposition, there's the drive home. For United's players, the week is over. The hours of training and preparation have been put to the test, and now there's a brief chance to relax before the build-up to another game starts. Work goes on at Old Trafford over the weekend, and the preparations are just as thorough for a youth team game as they would be for a First Division match. And for Alex Ferguson and his right-hand man Archie Knox, Sunday is no day of rest, even though United don't have a game until the following weekend. Alex is the man in charge, and he decides who'll play for United each week. Archie concentrates on training and tactics, and their partnership brought success to Aberdeen. Now their aim is for the same glory at Old Trafford.
He's playing so well in the middle of the park that at the moment, and usually although needing them up front, it's a problem.
Well, we've just got to wait and see how the injuries are before we make any decision about that.
I think we've got to be fair to McLeod, because as though he's doing us a great turn in the middle of the park, he really is a striker and he wants to play up there with Hughes. That's why we bought Hughes to link up with him. And they've got to start developing the relationship, really. Yeah, well, I mean, the goal last week, you know, there was indications there that, you know, that they were starting to gel just a bit better than what they have been. Yeah. But what we're maybe thinking about doing is a wee chat with Hughes and McLeod, because they've got to start thinking about their partnership. And even although McLeod's going to be playing in the middle of the park, he's going to have to arrive there eventually, and Hughes has been taking all the burden himself in the last couple of games, playing up on his own. Well, we'll have to wait and see just exactly how the injuries are, you know, 1 or 2 for yesterday.
Treatment for the injured players is underway at the Cliff training ground, with the club's medical team working a 7-day week throughout the season in a constant battle to beat one of the modern-day game's major problems.
Come on, you must buy us something. We've come in on a Sunday, to be fair.
You would get nothing, mate.
Why not? You're joking. Jimmy will buy us lunch.
No. I'll buy you lunch.
Really? That's nice of us.
I'll plan his lunch.
Well, anything from you is a bonus, Jim, to be fair.
Does it need anything on it now?
No. Just for the game. Or in the morning, if you're fit to train in the morning.
It's just winning
The way I play, I'm going to get a few knocks, but thankfully for myself, I'm able to overcome them pretty quickly. I'm not prepared to change the way I play, because it's got me a great deal of success, and I think it's the right way for me to play for myself and for the team.
That's where it hurts most.
Yeah? Yeah? Okay. Nothing here?
No.
Just there?
Yeah.
Yes, Jimmy. Yeah, you do. Look at Sharpie's got a funny colour.
The players are their own biggest critics, and a missed chance on a Saturday can be the subject of many a leg pull for the rest of the week. Alex and Archie, meanwhile, have the chance to look through the morning papers and see what the back pages have to say about United's Saturday performance.
Somebody's reviews it. It's a different report every game.
Well, I mean, you wonder if you're at the same game. That's when you read some of the reports.
Talk quotes, you see. I mean, you think about the bar was hit 3 times yesterday, and your Big Jim's saved.
I mean, if that save had been on...
United are big news, and it's often an after-match comment which makes the following day's headlines, rather than the story of the game itself.
Consider we're changing the team a lot.
From club spokesman to troubleshooter, Alex Ferguson handles all the problems. And these can range from an important transfer request to something as simple as a lost shirt.
Not part-time.
By the way, boss, there's a strip missing from Saturday's match.
Or maybe someone's got it for an autographs or something. You checked with the players?
Don't let him kid you on. I mean, he'll have sold that strip himself. I mean, he's got enough in that Aladdin's cave as anyway to...
You better get across here right away and explain yourself.
Monday's wash day, and if the players are to be ready for the next game, so too must the kit. For the laundry staff, that means washing, drying and ironing for all the United teams, from the juniors through to the First Division squad. Kit manager Norman Davis has to make certain that everything's ready for the players, and at times that means everything.
Norman, you got the brew on? Coffee, please, Norman. No sugar.
The laundry girls are faced with a mountain of washing every week, and their work doesn't end with United's match and training gear. They're also on hand to launder the variety of international shirts worn by the United stars.
Not you knew I'm not in the packet yet. Just used to beating, not you. Beating that shirt usually. Oh, lovely. Is that my coffee, is it, mate? Sugar. Is that instant? Is that an instant cup? That's a different cup, no.
Hey, that's your cup, don't worry about that. It's got your name on it, Mick.
Well, what about the girls? We found something Bruce is good at anyway.
We had cheese and onion sandwiches that day.
Oh, we had, yeah, breathing all over him, cheese and onion.
The unique collection of photographs on the laundry wall acts as a constant reminder to the players of today of the great stars who came before, and it tells a United story of its own. Preparing for the next game is uppermost in everyone's mind. And with an away fixture coming up, the ticket office deals with enquiries from supporters who want that vital pass to the all-ticket match.
17, OK?
Can I join the membership, please?
Certainly you can. All you need to do is fill this form out here.
Today, supporters can feel very much a part of the club through United's membership scheme, going to games in well-organised and disciplined groups, official members of Manchester United, and proud of it.
Can I help you?
Can I book a coach ticket to Norwich, please?
Yes, certainly. Would you like the executive coach or the luxury coach?
The luxury, please.
OK, can I have your membership card, please?
Yes, sir.
Thanks very much.
For the club's backroom staff, the planning goes on even further in advance.
Each place, possible...
Block hotel bookings and travel arrangements rest with Secretary Ken Merritt and commercial manager Danny McGregor. And the appeal of United can mean travel to anywhere in the world.
Including the matches in Thailand and Japan.
That's a good distance, Ken, isn't it?
It is. We may have a break in the journey. There's a possibility of a game in Istanbul. We've got to bear that in mind as well. How's the arrangements going for the game at Arsenal? Are they in hand now?
Yes, I spoke to the general manager this morning, finalised the price, and I've told him that the general office will confirm it this afternoon for all details.
Hello, Diane. This is Joy at Manchester United. Can I go through the arrangements with you for our party staying with you on Friday night? We already have gone through the rooms that we require, 8 twins for the players, 6 double rooms, single occupancy, and 6 single rooms. You already have our rooming list. Can you make sure that all the rooms are in a quiet area, please?
United are lucky to have more than one training ground. Planning for the future, they've bought land from Salford University, which is used for much of the routine training. While just over a mile away, the club's main training headquarters is at the Cliff in the Lower Broughton area of Salford. Daily training sessions usually start around 9:30 and go on for 2 hours. This can mean a drive through rush hour traffic for the players who live some distance from the Cliff, or simply a stroll down the road for many of the youngsters on the club's books who are in lodgings close by. There's a constant battle for fitness, and for the injured players, like defender Billy Garton, the road back can be long and lonely. Training is intensive, starting with warm-up and muscle stretching exercises. But once players have reached peak fitness, the daily sessions concentrate on tactics, set-piece play and improving skills.
Training's a very important part, obviously, of our life. We've got to keep fit on the training grounds and practice the skills even at our age. But basically it's keeping fit, running about, trying to enjoy yourself still. And that's what training's all about, really.
As the season goes on, it's just back to routine games, you know, five-a-sides or playing a five-a-side with the big balls. And players obviously enjoy that all the time, because once you get to that stage, the matches keep you fit.
Frustrating when you can't go out and train, because I think the way I'm built, I need to train every day to keep my sharpness and my fitness. So obviously when you're missing a few days training, it possibly can affect you. Thankfully I've never had a serious injury, touch wood.
Oh, good shot.
I've always thought that the training here was a lot better than what I had down Torquay. They concentrate a lot more on playing football and knocking the ball about in your first touch. They vary the training a lot more. The players around you make you train a lot better as well. They lift your standard. The coaches and all the rest of the players are always having a laugh now and again, but when it comes down to it, they all know when to take it serious and when to have a joke.
The club also has a giant indoor pitch at the Cliff, built in the 60s during the days of Sir Matt Busby, but used today to look to the future as one of the bases of the club's centres of excellence, a scheme set up to encourage youngsters to enjoy soccer and perhaps offer them the first step up a ladder which will take them to a career in the game.
How did you get to United?
First of all, you play for the Sunday sides in your town teams, and you get picked up by a scout, and they invite you down to train here at the Cliff, and you have a number of trials and that, and they ask you if you want to come down for, say, a season and that, and then if you're good enough, they ask you to sign.
What do you think of the School of Excellence?
It's really good.
Has your game improved since you come?
Yeah, it has. A lot.
Yeah. In what way? What part of your game?
Everything we do really, we improve on it.
Does Archie take you every week?
Yeah, and Brian.
And Brian Kidd.
Sometimes Alex comes in and has a...
Do you like him?
Yeah, it's great.
The boys plan for the future, but for manager Ferguson and Archie Knox, that future is no further away than the next game, and the blueprint for success has to be ironed out.
We use the ball as well as we can, and even be patient, because the two front players don't really press the ball that well.
Forget the chance where, you know, their front two players are not going to put too much pressure on us at the back. You know, they're the type of players that will go back, and they're not the bustling type that are going to put too much pressure. So we should have plenty of the ball at the back. What we've got to make sure is that we get good use of the ball.
Definitely. McClare's got to withdraw himself a wee bit so he's got room to run. But obviously, if we don't get a good early service and good use of the ball, then it's all for nothing anyway.
Eric Harrison and former United hero Nobby Stiles work together in the quest to bring young players to the club.
Well, there's no greater kick for a youth team coach to work with a boy for 2 or 3 years and see him progress into the